This video will cover the options available in the Shipyard, including new features added in the 2.0808 update. The Shipyard is available at stations, cities, and carriers. Options will vary between station and city shipyards versus carriers, primarily in what ship frames will be available. This video will focus on civilian frames to cover custom frame configuration options, but military frames designed with combat focus are available at carriers. Once you enter the Shipyard, 5 menu sections are presented. The left section shows frame components you can install. The right section shows available ship frames. The middle section shows details about your current ship here on the upper left side. At the top is the trade-in value for your current ship. Then the frame, energy cores, cargo bays, fuel tanks, crew, equipment, countermeasures, secondary hardpoints, and armor are displayed next by default. Click on the Components button here to view additional details. In this mode, the engine, number of resistor packs, type of hull plating, type of module, and wing system are displayed. On the right side of the middle section is the ship to build. When you first enter the Shipyard, this section will match your current ship, since no changes have been made yet. As you select a different frame and change configuration, this list will update with the changes you apply, so you can compare the differences in cost and configuration before committing to switch ships. In the middle at the top is how many credits you currently have, followed by the total difference in price between your ship's trade-in value and the ship you are building. Then the assembly points left you can use to install components with. Below those values are the Hangar, Template, and Frame Config buttons. The Hangar button gives you direct access to the station's hangar from the Shipyard, so you can store items that may not fit on the ship you are building, or swap as may be desired. The Templates button lets you save an existing ship frame configuration, as well as load any previously stored, to quickly set up the same design for rebuilding. The Frame Config menu lets you set up the capacities of the ship frame you are currently working on. The menu can be opened with the button or will automatically open anytime you select a ship frame. I'll go ahead and select a different ship frame. To do that, simply click and hold the left mouse button on the frame you want, then drag and drop it onto the middle section. And you can see that the Frame Config menu opens. At the top is the name of the selected frame along with the total available design capacity points. These points are used to reconfigure the frame for different capacities. Any remaining capacity points are displayed in the next line here. The capacities of the current ship you own are displayed here on the left side below Current Ship, while the capacities of the ship you are working on are displayed on the right side under Ship to Build. Capacities that match or exceed your current ship will be displayed in green on the left side, while capacities that are below will be displayed in red. Any red values indicate a reduction that will result in either a lower level or capacity. If a capacity is lowered below where something is stored or installed, the items are generally sold automatically for you, so you can store or sell such items yourself manually, or have the Shipyard do it automatically for you if your new ship is unable to carry anything after building it. Crew member compartments are at the top and can be used for specialized crew or for carrying passengers for transporting. The value does not include counting the pilot, so you can set it to 0 if you want to remove all crew compartments. To change the capacity level, simply click on the box under the level you want. Equipment hardpoints are next, and you can reserve up to 10 for installing equipment items on your ship. These are separate from secondary weapon hardpoints and are designed to have permanently installed equipment for specialized purposes. For any equipment that is installed, yellow bars will appear above the capacity indicators. Gray bars will indicate an empty hardpoint. To view the specific equipment item installed on a hardpoint, hold the mouse pointer over the hardpoint level box, and the description will appear above it. This can be used as a quick gauge for comparing what is installed on your current ship to what capacity the ship you are building will have. Countermeasure pods are next and provide 25 units each. Secondary weapon hardpoints are next, with green bars indicating installed items, and just like the equipment, you can view currently installed items by holding the mouse pointer over a level box. Hull armor plating is next and provides the thickness of armor across the surface of your ship. Each plating layer amounts to about a 2.5% reduction in baseline weapon impact damage against the hull, before any additional offsets apply for options like hull material type and resistor packs, which will be covered later. With hull plating, you can decrease the base amount of damage inflicted by weapons up to around 25% for all 10 armor levels. Energy cores are next, and each level provides about a 2% reduction each in baseline energy use per particle or beam weapon shot. So with maximum energy cores, up to a 20% reduction in baseline energy use per energy weapon shot can apply. Different ship frames will have different levels of baseline armor and energy, so these values simply adjust relative to the frame's inherent capabilities. Fuel tanks are next, and each level provides 500 units. Lastly, cargo bays are available, which are the core transportation capacity of any ship. Military ship frames only have one fixed cargo bay, but civilian ships can have up to 10. Like the equipment and weapon hardpoint levels, any items stored in a cargo bay will be displayed above the level boxes when highlighted. Loaded bars will be color-coded to the type of item: purple for commodities, yellow for equipment, and green for weapons. Empty cargo bays will have gray bars. Default cargo bays can carry up to 25 units of a commodity, or one large equipment or weapon item. Below the cargo bay level is an option to enable duplex cargo bays. Duplex cargo bays are auxiliary storage compartments that retask ship frame design space that is otherwise reserved for other categories. As a result, enabling this option requires reducing the total available capacity point level by the amount shown on the line here. If I check the option, the game will adapt the ship being built for the new lower capacity point limit by automatically reducing levels in other categories. You can adjust any levels as desired after the game makes changes, or if you decide you don't want to enable the duplex option, clicking the button again to uncheck it will restore the original configuration. Default cargo bays are large and mostly cube in shape, so they can carry either multiple units of commodities or large individual equipment or weapon items. However, since added duplex cargo storage is retasked compartment space normally designed for other purposes, its shape is often very narrow and asymmetrical, resulting in tighter storage confines restricted to smaller unit quantities of commodities only. This means cargo bays will still be limited to carrying one large item per bay, but commodity capacity is increased to 50 units each by adding smaller pockets of storage around the original cube-shaped bay structure. Once you have finished making frame configuration changes, click on OK to apply them and close the menu. The ship you are currently working on is displayed in the middle here. Click on the spin button here to start or stop the ship automatically spinning. X, Y, and Z directions along with scaling grids are displayed with the ship. You can click on the directions button here to hide or show these indicators. For civilian ships, you can change the paint colors with the button here. Primary hull covers most of the ship, while trim accent are generally smaller sections. Click on OK once you've applied any changes you want. If you want to highlight the section of the ship you are currently working on in green, you can click on the highlight button here. The section selected under Component to Edit will then be highlighted in green. Click on Zoom In to view an enlarged representation of the ship you are working on. At any time you can click and hold the left mouse button over the ship to pan it around to view it from different angles. You can reposition and rescale any component on the ship with the scroll bars on the left and right sides. For position values, the center button will place the selected component in the middle of the frame. For the scale values, the Lock All button will unify the scaling values so they match each other through any changes. As mentioned earlier, the left section of the Shipyard menu displays components. The lower left section is linked to the displayed list and is used to select different component lists as well as provide details on the currently selected component within the list. You can select different components by simply left-clicking on one in the list, and then its details will be displayed in the lower left section. For lists with more than 5 items, use the scroll bar on the left to pan through the list. Then to install a component, click and hold the left mouse button to drag it onto the ship in the middle section, just like the ship frames. The component you select will then be applied, as you can see when I drag and drop different engine types. Engines affect the acceleration and potential maximum IDS tapered top speed of your ship within its unique performance envelope. To select other component categories, click on the buttons in the lower left section. Resistor packs help reduce energy weapon damage by absorbing and dispersing some of the energy. Plating lets you select the material that the hull armor of your ship consists of. Different materials have different advantages and disadvantages. Modules let you select a primary function module for your ship that offers a specific benefit. And finally, Wing Sys selects the wing system and thruster set for your ship, which impacts the agility of your ship both in atmosphere and in open space. Once you have configured the ship, simply click on Build Ship to view the construction options. The first option lets you trade in your current ship frame, build the new frame, then transfer equipment, weapons, cargo, and fuel to the new ship. The overall cost will be displayed here. The second option will unload and store your current frame in the local station's hangar, build the new frame, then transfer items and fuel like the first option. You'll need to have enough credits to pay for building the new frame for this option. The third option will unload items from your ship, store them in the local station's hangar, subject to availability, along with your current ship frame, then build the new frame. Only fuel will be transferred from the old frame to the new one. This will usually leave your new ship empty, so you'll need to buy or retrieve from storage any equipment, weapons, and cargo you want, then install or load them before departure. That covers the shipyard. Refer to the instructions included with the game or provided at the link in the description for more information.